full time earlier in Toronto. Germany 2, Ivory Coast 1, and Germany are in the knockout stages of the World Cup for the first time since 2014. I can't believe that's actually like real. Like, for a nation like Germany, you would have expected them to probably be in the knockouts in the last two they've been in, but no, they've been grouped in the last two. But they've finally made it out of the groups this time, and obviously last time they were in the knockouts, they did go on and win it. So we'll have to see if history can repeat itself this time around. But overall, Ivory Coast gave it a real go. I do kind of feel a bit bad, to be honest, for the Ivory Coast. I thought Ivory Coast played quite well, in my opinion. Obviously, they went 1-0 up. The goal from Frank Kessie, it was a pretty scrappy goal. Not the greatest piece of defending from Germany, and Ivory Coast you probably could say they deserved to go 1-0 up, because they did play quite well, to be fair. In Germany, I mean, they didn't really have many chances in that first half. I know they did score, but got disallowed. I tell you what, if there is any Germans watching, I will say the referee was massively against you. I don't know what that ref had against Germany, but he was giving nothing to Germany. But I thought Germany in the first half, like I said, they weren't great, and Ivory Coast probably did deserve to go 1-0 up, but it was a lot better in the second half in Germany, and the goal was probably coming, and of course super sub Dennis UNDAV got it, and Ivory Coast, this is where I kind of feel bad for them, because they were this close to holding on to a point, and it would have been a really good point as well against the Germany side, who, have got talents like, Musiala, etc., and are the four-time world champions. But it was a really nice goal to win Germany the game. The ball fizzed in. Well done, Ecuador in. Oh, what save! Yeah, I've got the Ecuador game on at the moment. By the way, and Valencia probably should have scored that. But Germany, it was a really nice goal to win it. The ball fizzed in to Dennis Undav. Brilliant first touch. He controls it really well. Turns, puts it in the back of the net. Germany win the game 2-1. They literally won it. Pretty much the last kick of the game, really. It was heartbreaking for Ivory Coast, because they played really well. They really gave Germany a really difficult game. So I do feel bad for them. But Germany, they got the win in the end. They're into the knockouts now. That last group game against Ecuador doesn't really mean a lot now. Well, I mean, if Ecuador do win here, then maybe the only thing they'll be fighting for is to finish top of the group. But overall, the Ecuador game doesn't really mean much for Germany now. They're into the knockouts. They'll have to find out who they face. But yeah, it was a decent game in the end. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments.